It worked. I am also known as the traveling dough reader, and I think I am live. Um, I'm at a new Airbnb today, and um, just connecting to the Wi-Fi, and it just seems to be really slow with lag, but I think it's working. So here we go. It is Saturday, which is my version of stand up. And today, instead of sharing with you some of my jokes, some of my stand up routines, I saw something went through my notes that I wanted to share in regards to stand up comedy. And it was my reason for getting into it, kind of. I follow nudges that I get from my highest best good, I call it. And I remember my goal is to someday be an inspirational speaker. I want to inspire people to live their lives. And um, but I'm definitely afraid of public speaking, like many people. And with that said, and I could have gone to Toastmasters, but I got a nudge to take a stand-up comedy class. And when I say a nudge, I mean a like a really strong screaming push. When I get it it comes through to where it's hard to ignore. And life is usually not good. It just or kind of a little flatlined, status quo. And so I took a stand-up comedy class several years ago now, pre-pandemic. It was when I lived in Arizona, and it was like I paid good money for this class, and I took this class, and a man ran it who'd been doing comedy since the 80s. And you took a weekly class and you learned the the outline of how to write a joke, and you practice your material in class. And then at the end of the class, there was a event called like class clowns or something, where there was a show and we all got to perform our 5-minute routines. And at the time, I worked for a company that had a lot of employees. It was a big company, and I invited everybody I knew at work because I needed the accountability. I figured I took this class, I completed it. I wasn't going to show up and do my routine live. So I needed some accountability. And there were about 60 people in the audience, and at least over half of them were people that I had invited. Coworkers brought spouses, and um, it it was a thing. So I ended up having to perform, and to say I was afraid is an understatement. I was petrified, and so much so that during my routine, I actually, like, blacked out and left my body and just stood there not talking. And I remember being really calm during it, like, having this outer body experience, watching myself stand there and thinking I could just walk off or put the mic back and leave, and it was this whole crazy thing. And I had invited my daughter. She lived in Phoenix at the time also, and her and her friend were there. And when I was doing my routine, um, it was like the lights are all you see. You don't see people's faces. And oddly, during my blackout, the light shone down on my daughter, and the look was giving me was she needed me not to fail. She needed me to pull it together, and it was all it felt very divine. And I managed to rein it back in, finish my routine. And afterwards I had like no saliva stuck to my teeth. I faced a fear, but I was petrified. And one of my coworkers said, "Wow, did you black out up there?" Thinking he was being funny. And I'm like, "Yeah, I did." um And then after that experience, like, that's as worse as it could be. For some reason, me and a friend then from class that I'd met in class, we started doing open mics, and um, I'm still petrified. I'm still very nervous, but I'm finding the joy in it, the joy in writing jokes and the joy in performing things that I've written, things that make people laugh, things that entertain people, because we need humor in life. And so I just wanted to share today my reason for doing comedy. It's because when I say humor is healing, it's healing for me too. I get to take events in my life that are painful or not pleasant and make them funny and get people to laugh with me at them. And that to me is magic. So no jokes today, just a story about my reason for why I enjoy writing jokes and performing, and I look forward to someday being a inspirational, funny speaker because I always will want to include humor in anything I do in my life. Wishing you all a magical, beautiful, terrific Saturday today. Much love, everyone. Bye bye.